This coming Sunday, the European Union is going to vote. This means 400 million people are supposed to go, even if we know that in 2014 only the 42% voted, so it was quite a low percentage. It is 28 states. England, even with the Brexit, is still part of the European Union, and so it will still be part of any coalition. It will be formed shortly. We have there the two big forces that are one against the other. On one side, the EPP, which is the conservative one, and the S&D, the socialist, democratic, and socialist and the democratic side. But still, the main question, which is a question about the evident and deep crisis of the European Union, is all on the part of the European citizens that are already since a long time claiming their discontent about the story of this big institution that nowadays many of them, from the left and from the right, and with an accent on the populist side, live as an immense body of bureaucrats that creates bibliotheques of rules, sometimes impossible rules, that are imposed on people that are strained and suffering of a big economical crisis and an unmanageable situation of immigration. These two issues, the economic crisis and immigration, are the ones that created from the left and from the right a wave of populism that is probably going to change the composition of the European Parliament and therefore its politics for the future. Seeing what is happening there from here, from Israel, looking at that, it's a mix of worries and hopes. Worries because populism has never been good for the Jews, never in history. And with the big wave of anti-Semitism that now raised in Europe, of course, the Jewish and mostly the European Jewish are worried about it. Worried about the right, but very much worried also about the left. When you have a Labourist party, a Labour party like Corbyn's one, which is so much against the Jews, so much anti-Semite and against Israel. But also on the right side, on the populist right side, we have worries. We have processions of neo-fascist and neo-Nazism, or at least the people that really use anti-Semitism as a flag to demonstrate their hate toward Europe, toward the world, toward the contemporary civilizations. But here we have to notice one thing, that while on the right side, never one of the new leaders have shown any sense of hate toward Israel and the Jews, on the left side with Corbyn we have had that and very strongly so. I say also we have also a ray of hope in these elections, because Israel has suffered very much because of the European attitude toward Israel during these years. While we have extremely good relationships from the economic point of view, from the scientific point of view, from the security help that Israel has given to Europe, on the other side, Europe has literally persecuted Israel with a non-sympathetic attitude toward its politics that Mogherini has particularly shown, with a sort of a fixation about territories, about defining the future of the State of Israel, with a sense on the other side of extreme sympathy, non-justified because of the terrorism should have taught something to Europe, and it looks like it has not, toward the Palestinians. So here we must notice, and I finish with that, and we will speak about it again after we have the results. What we can say is that probably the situation will change in a direction that could be more reasonable, more balance toward Israel, stopping trying to define its future, understanding that it has been the Palestinian to refuse any agreement all over these years, stopping financing the NGO and the anti-Israeli groups all over Europe and in Israel too, and trying to understand how things really are. If the Parliament of the European Union and the Commission will change, then we could have a new situation. The Visegrad countries and other countries like Greece, for instance, have changed their attitude toward Israel. They have understood during these years that it is useless and anti-Semite to be so much concentrate on the Israeli-Palestinian issue, that there are other very, very important connections between Europe and Israel, and we hope that it will serve in the future a new relationship for which here at the Jerusalem Center of Public Affairs we strive, and we have written a book about it, where we try to imagine a new kind of relation. Let's hope for the future, let's hope for the coming of these next elections.